I brought you today to beautiful Coliford Lake. It's quite peaceful out here. There's a lot of height restrictions on the places to park, and what with the old top box, very difficult for me to get through those 2-metre ones. Look at that. You can see that bird of prey there. Absolute genius. They learnt that from Mavic Pros. That's where they learnt how to do that, to hover in the sky. So controlled. Right, so basically, yeah, I've had quite a few things going on this month. But first of all, today, I wanted to talk about gas. Because this is the gas that came with the van. This is a 907, camping gas 907. It actually feels like there's loads left in it, but for some reason it was underperforming with my hobs. It was fine when I first got it. Apparently that just happens with them. So I've gone in today to get it replaced, and or to get it refilled, or to buy a refill, only to be told it's 40 quid. 40 quid, and it's 2.75 kilos of gas. So after having a word with the guy in the gas shop, he said that he wouldn't even supply these if it wasn't for the fact that nobody else does around our area. So that's the only reason he carries them. So he advised switching over. Now, I already had a propane tank, massive one. It was too big. No way I could have kept it in the van. It was massive. So he said if I bought that one back to him, he could swap it for a smaller one. So I've gone for this bad boy here. Now this was half the price, and actually it's got more gas in it. Yeah, I think this was 3.7, 3.9, something like that. But I've got to be completely honest, I don't know much about gas. I don't know about the efficiency of propane versus butane. I don't know if you're going to get more bang for your buck, for want of a better phrase. No bangs, hopefully, but I don't know which one's going to be best. But being as I didn't have to hand this one back, I'll keep it safe somewhere. And then if this does go peak tong, I've had to use a different regulator. This is the regulator from my propane forge from years and years back. So all I've got to do is get this one hooked up, as it were. So I'm going to put this all back together, see if I can get that tucked away nicely in there. But yeah, so while I do that, you go on and have a look at these bits of video from all the stuff I've been getting up to lately. Yeah, I'll see you back here in a minute. Bye. So good news today. Jet, aka Wagamama, aka the Missus, aka ground support, aka the one who can. She passed her driving test today, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stick around at the quarry, and I figured while I was here, I'd see if there was any mushrooms. And by Christ, is there mushrooms? I found that absolutely fascinating. I don't know if you did. I've never seen those little stubby, scaly ones before, and I'm looking forward to having a look around and seeing other bits and pieces. And I'm losing faith a little bit with vlogging with GoPro, so I'm probably going to upgrade my camera at some point. The problem with vlogging with GoPro is I used the media cage, and that just kept, as you can see from this clip here, it just kept killing the sound off. There was no sound on that, and that was actually the funniest thing you would ever have seen on YouTube, by the way. I can't repeat it because it was so funny. I can't even remember what I said, but it was a big, long, very childish piece about penis-shaped mushrooms called Phallus impidicus, or devil stinkhorn. It was hilarious, and honestly, you had to be there. After that, I went foraging again with Sean, and probably found, keep an eye out for the massive I've never seen a prawn this big. It might as well have been a langoustine. I could have passed it off as a lobster if it had claws. Honestly, it was huge. So yeah, enjoy that bit. We're going back out to the beach foraging. That's a laugh, isn't it? It's a lot more fun than sitting in a house. Squat lobster. This here is called a top knot. It's a flat fish, fully edible. So we're going to try it. And I caught the biggest prawn I've ever seen, let alone caught. Look at that. The size of it. That's a big one. Look at the size of that. Honestly, look at it. Just to give you an idea. Ooh, that's a decent sized prawn. That is colossal. I'm gonna get these on some ice, do something with them tomorrow, try and get my head down, get some sleep. Love you, bye. Told you that prawn was big, didn't I? It was massive. So yeah, still got to cook them up, still got to eat them. That's going to be during this week sometime when the weather's a bit colder. And I've fixed the gas. One of the big issues that I've had in the last couple of weeks was starting the van in the mornings. I actually broke down one morning. I'd been parked up at work. I was stealing their I was stealing the electric from the staff room at work. I am allowed to use the electric. They've given me full permission. I wasn't stealing anything. Please don't phone the police. And by the time everybody arrived in the morning, I was still parked there because I couldn't get the van to start. It was turning and turning and turning. I had to get another vehicle to try to jump it because I'd used most of the battery. It was very embarrassing. The first time that it wouldn't start was actually in Wales, on the trip to Wales. And it was with all the supercars there. Not one of them offered to help because millionaires are so friendly. And yeah, so that was quite embarrassing there as well. But that was the first time. And that was a sign that the glow plugs were failing. So I decided to take that challenge on myself. How's it going? She hasn't been starting very well in the mornings. So today's the day. I bite the bullet. And I actually try to do the glow plugs myself. I can't lie, I'm a bit nervous. I've done minor bits and pieces, but the thing is, if I go down the road of getting a professional to do it, I'm going to go down the road of getting a professional to do it all the time. And from what I understand, having a T4, from what I understand, if you've got a T4, it's going to be quite a few bits that need doing. So I do have to, well, that's a bit of heat. I do have to try to do it myself in the end. Not too bad this morning. I don't know if I'm biting off more than I can chew. Quite possibly. I'm going to go for it. It doesn't matter. I'll just go for it. You've got to learn to do these things sometimes. Right, I'm at the yard. I've poked it that way round. Try and use a bit of daylight. I've got to be honest, I'm making a little bit of video right now just to procrastinate. Right, let's go get the glow plugs. Literally got as far as opening the bonnet, realised I didn't bring my... Literally got as far as opening the bonnet and realised I didn't bring my socket set. So, obviously there's not a lot of room in the van, so I keep things stored in places. Jet's going to bring it with her. She's going to bring it up in a minute. But for now, I'm just going to cobble stuff together that I find in the workshop. See what I can do with it. It would appear that people who design engines are psychopaths who hate people. Oh, there we go. I'm only half an hour into it. Already. I'm already livid. We'll crack on. Anyone who's ever done this without taking the grill fully off, hats off to you. You're some kind of a hero. That's all I can say. I've opted to take it off, sod it. This was a nice surprise, the power steering oil. What I've done is I popped that off, threw it straight through, and pulled the pipe back, shoved it over here for a minute. I've disconnected all the main pipes. let the coolant run out underneath for a bit. The coolant's actually quite dirty, so it's probably not a bad thing that I did it, to be honest, because the coolant looks quite minging. So I'll run some, once I put it all back together, I'll put some clean water through there just to try to flush it through, because, well, that looks gross, if I'm honest. So yeah, now I just got to disconnect the tooth pipes on the top and take the whole thing off. Anyone who's ever done this, like I said, without taking that whole thing off, I've been looking in there for about 15 minutes, just looking at it going, you're supposed to get your hand in there. Ridiculous. So yeah, now I've got to try and take these little struts here off. I think I just pop them little bad boys there. Should be able to take it off, but we'll see. So the front's off. I can see where they are now. They're down there, and all the way along there. Even with this grill off, it's a nightmare. So hats off to anyone, again, who's done it without taking the whole front off. Fair play to them. Because that one there is going to be a pain in the arse. Happy days. I was nervous about them snapping off. What's happened is here, when I was taking off the power strap, the bolt on the end, the little 8mm bolt, just sheared off, and I absolutely panted it. I thought something had gone horrifically wrong. I mean, it's still going to be a pain in the ass, because now I have to take all of that apart. But all of the glow plugs came out without breaking. If anyone is interested, that's my old glow plugs there. That's the one that snapped off. When that snapped off, I thought it was curtains. I thought, that's it. That's it, end of. Engine's got to be redone, all that sort of crap. But yeah, I don't know what bad glow plugs look like, but the new ones don't look like that. So that's a result. Okay, like I said hundreds of times today, anyone that's ever done this without taking that off, massive respect to you. It's ridiculous. While I was in there, I figured that rather than keep relying on the cable ties and bits of strap that I had in there holding the gear linkage together, I thought I'd give that a go. What it turned out to be was a little socket joint on this side was missing. And I had the kit, I bought the kit, all the ball joints seemed all right, but I literally heated it up. I literally boiled it in a pan for a bit. I mean, it wasn't as simple as this because it took me about an hour, but I boiled it in the pan for ages and ages in the end, and then I brute force and ignorantly poked the bugger in with a screwdriver and just kept going and going and going, and then levered it in from the other side with a crowbar. It went in, screwed it all back together, seemed to change gear fine. So that was that's a result. I was pleased with that. So yeah, I've gone and got some more coolant. Obviously, I'm going to have to top up the reservoir for the power steering because a lot of that leaked out. And I bought some new tiny bolts, tiny nuts as well, because they were a basket. So yeah, basically some of them were rounded off. So I bought some replacement ones of them. Halfords rip you right off. They're very expensive. I probably could have found them cheaper somewhere else, but I got to be honest, just wanted some quickly, and Halfords isn't far from here. So I'm going to pump some water through the radiator now. Just going to chuck a load of water through it, just put the hose pipe on it and see if I can't pump some crap out of it, because it did seem to be a bit filthy in the old coolant system. So I'll do that, and then try and put everything back together. Right, I got them tiny little tiny bolts in there. You see that bit of card that's still on that one, that little nut on the end there. That was the most awkward one of all. It was the easiest one to get out, but the most difficult to put on, because you just can't get anything in round that angle. So what I did was wedged it into my ratchet spanner with a bit of cardboard, and literally I was getting one click. So it's just taking me 10 minutes to just go, but it's in. Getting there slowly. Right, it's the next day now. Just got back to the van. I've left it overnight. What I'm going to do today, I just want to see if it starts. I'm aware this video has been a bit of a mismatch of stuff, but thanks for joining me. So, give it some heat. I'm going to give it 2, just because I'm procrastinating out of nerves. The door open so you can hear it. Right, let's see how this goes. Okay, here we go. Oh my days, that is such a result. The last few weeks, it could be left for maybe 6-7 hours while I'm at work. Try to start it and it's just turn, cough, turn, cough, fire. And then the other morning, nothing at all. Absolutely buzzing with that. Chirping, I think they say. But yeah, so I've got to clean the van a little bit. I've got to obviously tidy up all my mess. And maybe take the van, give it a wash. And yeah, buzzing. Hopefully the fan will kick in. I'll take it for a little drive, I think, see if I can get the fan to kick in. Because it's 2 plugs and I don't think you can get them the wrong way round. Because I think they're just power plugs. But we'll see, I'll let you know. Cheers for joining me anyway, I've had a great time. And so yeah, turned over on the key straight away, bang, there it was, so happy. The fans haven't kicked in at all. I've been trying to get the fans to kick in because obviously I took all the radiator out and they haven't. I don't know if that's just because it's more efficient with controlling the heat, but the temperature gauge has never gone over half, which was normal anyway. So I'm not worried about it. Maybe it's just being a little bit more efficient with the heat. The fan used to kick in quite a bit. I did pump quite a lot of crap out of the radiator unit itself, so it could just be that it's working properly now, who knows. But anyway, yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. Anyway, I'm gonna see how this gas works out. I've got to try and get it to fit. Let's have a look, see if I can make that work. Well, it would appear that it's not as simple as just changing the regulator and plugging the bloody thing in. So unless the regulator isn't right for this, but it was for my Forge. But anyway, for now, I'm just going to leave it as it was, put it all back to how it was and come up with a different plan. Changed hats, chilly. Thought I'd show you the lake quick. Hello, beautiful. I hope you enjoyed joining me on this mashup video of all the different bits and pieces that I've been getting up to in the last few weeks. If you like the video, please feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to be informed every time I do another video. I'm going to try and keep them a bit more frequent because lots of cool stuff keeps happening and I just keep forgetting to record it. So thanks for watching and see you on the next one.